Hey YouTube, Adventures with Dale here. Have you ever had your family member say, "One of these days this will all be yours, kid"? Well, let me tell you, they mean that shit. Alright, let's take a look around. Everything in here is just the way you left it. I've been kind of sorting through it for the past 3 years, this and that, but I thought I'd share it with you. This is what 60 or 70 years of collecting and tinkering and different things would do. He's got his sawmill there. He was big on his wood stove, and you know he loved cutting firewood, so he'd sit right here in the winter time, and whatever project he'd have his heat going, and probably that axe and that kindling is just right where he left it. He's got piles and piles of treasure. I do remember this thing here. My grandpa actually built that, and Dad ended up with it. But there's just like right there is his snow skis, and I don't know, when I was a young lad, I hung that up there because it's an old GMC square body grill I was saving for something. I mean, he's just got stuff and stuff and stuff. There's piles and piles of it. Woodcrafting stuff, just seals for something that he was working on. There's a switch for something. I mean, just mountains of things. There's something right there that he was building. Right there it says pattern. I don't know what he was making, but he was making something. Ain't too much down there, just a glove and an old fire brick by the looks of it. Them torches are not his. They belong to a cousin of mine. And this here is a pretty good sized vise I bought, oh shit, 20 years ago. I don't know where I got it. I got it at a sale or a estate sale or something. I got it for a really good price. I mean, it was dirt cheap. And I happened to have been driving by my old man's place, and he says, "Yeah, leave that here. I'll build a pedestal for you." And he built that car rim and that pipe. I don't know what that means. 82 something. But anyways, it always wound up residing at his place. But that's he used it all the time, so I think that was a good purchase, so that he had something that he liked. He was big into body work and stuff like that at one time. There's a couple of fenders that he was using on a square body truck of some sort. And this here is kind of buried right now, but that is a motorized bicycle. He had me, he wasn't very internet savvy and stuff like that, so he had me order that motor off of eBay, and he spent an entire winter retrofitting this brand new. He brought this bicycle brand new and put it in there. And when my kids were little, we were having a birthday party or something one day, and he brought it over, and he put the finishing touches on it, fired it up, and away he went down the road with it. I wish I had video of it, but it's like a little 50cc motor on a bicycle, and it works really good. I don't know if it runs now or not. It's been, oh god, 15-20 years since it's run, but maybe we'll drag it out in the garage, and one day or this winter maybe we'll tear into it and see if we can make it run. And he always loved his radial arm saws, and he probably went through 4 or 5 of these things in his retired lifetime. And he would buy these they were kind of like narrow sticks from the sawmill, and he would cut them on this thing for firewood and kindling and stuff like that. And I couldn't watch him do it because it just seemed so dangerous that it just made me cringe every time I'd see him do it. And whenever he's doing something like that, I would step away. And these here, that's something that I found metal detected. I was told it was a mule shoe for wintertime. You know, somebody, blacksmith or somebody, used them to swedge venom or whatever for traction on the ice. And, you know, believe it or not, you find a whole bunch of these in the ground out there. You know, back in the pioneer days when they logged and did everything with horse and buggy and whatever, they're just as common as a junk tire in a junkyard. You know, there's a lot of them in the ground. I don't know if there's any more. Quite a few of them here, actually. That was a great big one. But that stuff's all cool. Still got the nails in that one. And here is his sawmill. Believe it or not, this actually works pretty good. I'm moving it right now. But the concept of it is it's got a bandsaw blade, and the blade runs on tires. It's got like a 16 horse Tecumseh motor on it. It's hard to see through the tundra, but it goes all the way to the other end of the building, and I believe it's 22 feet. You can cut a 22-foot log with this. I mean, that log that's sitting across there, I put that there a couple years ago because I was cutting some discs off of it for a project I had going. But you can see underneath here, he had lumber stacked and covered, and he had it all marked. Them great big blocks that are underneath the axle of the sawmill, he cut them on here. Pretty neat. I'm not gonna get rid of this stuff because one day I'll use it and I'll tell my kid one of these days this will all be yours. But anyways, this is kind of another station where he would set stuff. We got a trolling motor off of a boat. He loved to fish and hunt and stuff like that, and a vise, and looks like he finished off that bottle of cola. And over here, I put a lot of this stuff here, but you know, you got old oil cans and fuel cans. There's an old potato chip can. Some of this stuff is getting harder and harder to find. Like STP. There's an old fire and ice can of oil. 10W50 fire and ice. A couple of really old block planes that are wood. You got a little heater right there. He must have been doing a little bit of work with the heater. But, wow, look at all the treasures and the doodads and stuff he had. And there's another box of can't live without. Don't know where the bench is, but he's got treasure. And this one right here, I can remember him building that when I was just a little kid and had carburetors on it. We used to do a lot of motor work. Carburetors are right where he set them. Water pump off a small black Chevy. Alternator off of a Chevrolet. It's kind of funny. 4x6x36 cherry that he cut for something. His handwriting's still here. His legacy lives on. And this right here, we used to do total cars. We used to rebuild total cars from the insurance company. That's what they call a porta power. It's got a hand. Uh-oh, nails on the floor. What am I gonna do? Anyways, you could straighten frames and all sorts of stuff with that. That was the early way of straightening things. And it's kind of like going back in time. Let's see what he had in here. Air fittings, body bolts, Schrader valves for car rims, and little teeny Schrader valves. Washers. I don't know what those are. They look kind of important for something. There's some kind of roll pin. think these are, oh yeah, them are like oxygen, acetylene torch cleaners. Them are pretty handy to have. He probably put that in there and said, wow, what did I do with that? Cable clamps. There's a catch-all drawer right there. I don't know what in the world that would be. It's got wood dust on it. I'm thinking something to do with a chainsaw, maybe. Little piece of chain. Can't live without that. Fuses. We need them when you need them bad, but heavens knows when you put something in one of these drawers, boy, you don't. Little bunch of sheet metal screws. Them are worth their weight in gold now. I'd say a little water got in that one. You know what? We're going to keep it. I'm going to fix that one of these days. Brand new light bulb. This right here is a tire plugging kit. You put a little rawhide in there and put them in your tire. They actually work pretty good. Glue sticks. And of course, it's got a really nice air compressor here. I should probably get that out of here. And you've got lumber upon lumber upon lumber upon lumber. The old refrigerator back there in the corner that we are never going to open because God knows what was in it. There's an old boat motor down in there. It's kind of hard to see. But anyways, I just thought I'd kind of see. There's treasure everywhere you look. Can't take it with you. So everybody might want to think about that when you get down to old age. Sometimes all this stuff, you know, it's all for nothing. You know, it was here and it was helpful when you were here, but when you're gone, somebody else has got to deal with it. I mean, and I don't mind. I'm healthy, I'm able-bodied, and it's not junk, but to somebody else it could be, and then somebody else might just throw all this in a dumpster and say, okay, the building's clean. Well, you know, I don't see it that way. I mean, I got a pretty good size building at my place, but I should incorporate some of it over there. But I got all my stuff there, and I got a lot of his stuff there because he was living with me when he got sick. So really don't have the room, but I'd rather sell it than throw it away. And some stuff I'm just not going to sell. So, well, I hope you liked the video, and just a little bit of a precursor as to what we're going to make a few videos and go through all that stuff ourselves. I mean, I got a whole shelf up there that I don't have a clue what's up there. So, all right. Well, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.